All right, let's jump right in. For years, pretty much every conversation about crypto has been about one thing, the tech. Faster chains, better consensus, you know the drill. But what if? What if the biggest things holding crypto back have absolutely nothing to do with the technology? We're going to dig into this really provocative idea that crypto's real problem is, well, it's us, the humans who are actually supposed to be using this stuff.
And this, right here, is the core idea. This one sentence completely flips the script. It's like the whole industry has been obsessing over building the perfect engine, but they totally forgot to install a steering wheel, or seats, or even make a door that's easy to open.
And this really gets to the heart of the conflict. I mean, on the one hand, crypto is a technological marvel, right? It's incredible at verifying things and enforcing rules with pure, cold, mathematical logic. But on the other hand, it is completely clueless when it comes to the messy, unpredictable, and frankly, irrational world of human being.
And the scale of this disconnect? It's just staggering. Get this, less than 1% of dApps are even trying to connect what's happening on the chain to our actual real-world lives. Now, according to the source material, that gap isn't a failure. It's actually the single biggest opportunity in this entire space.
So let's start with the most obvious problem, the one everyone feels first, the user layer. This is all about why using crypto today feels like you need an engineering degree just to get started. It's built for engineers by engineers and kind of forgets everyone else exists.
I mean, let's be honest. Does your mom want to manage a wallet? Does your friend at the coffee shop want to write down a seed phrase? Nobody wants to deal with gas fees or worry about what chain they're on or click sign on a cryptic pop-up every 2 minutes. This isn't a user experience. It's a technical exam. And it's exactly where we lose millions of people.
So that begs the question, right? What's the alternative? What if all of that complexity just vanished? What if crypto could do its magic, providing all those incredible guarantees without the user ever having to see the messy plumbing?
And this is the dream. This is the goal. Imagine the simple, slick experience of the apps you use every single day. You know, your Ubers, your Spotifys, but powered by the security and the ownership that Web3 promises. That combination, that's the holy grail.
The solution here is to start thinking of crypto as an invisible back-end. Think about Stripe. Before Stripe, if you wanted to accept payments online, it was a nightmare. Stripe made it simple. We need that for crypto. A platform that hides all the complexity, the wallets, the gas, the chains, and just lets you log in with an email.
Okay, so let's say we fix the user experience. We've made it super simple. Well, you immediately run into a much deeper, thornier problem, the trust and economic layer. This is where we learn the hard way that code by itself is not enough to manage how people interact.
And this is just so fundamental. On the blockchain, all you are is a string of numbers and letters, a wallet address. And that address tells us zero about the person behind it. Is it one guy, 100 bots, a nation state? The chain has no idea.
And because that wallet address isn't tied to a real person, it has no reputation. There's no way to know if this address has a history of being helpful or a history of causing trouble. This lack of a trust layer is the root cause of so many of crypto's biggest headaches.
And you can see the damage everywhere. DAO governance gets taken over by whales not because they're the smartest, but because they have the most money. Airdrops that are supposed to go to new users get sucked up by bots. Marketplaces get flooded with fakes. These aren't failures of the code, they're failures of understanding people.
But wait, there's more. Beyond the trust issue, you have the economic design itself. Most tokenomics models out there aren't really carefully planned economies. They're more like a shot in the dark, a white paper, and a hope and a prayer.
And this so often leads to a totally predictable death spiral. A project launches, it prints a ton of tokens to attract users, but it just attracts mercenaries, right? People who are only there to farm the rewards and then dump the token. This causes insane inflation, and the second those rewards dry up, poof, everyone's gone and the token crashes.
So what's the fix? Well, the idea is a token economy control panel. If you're a developer, think of something like CloudWatch or Datadog, but for your token. It would give founders real-time dashboards on the health of their economy so they can actually manage it instead of just flying blind.
All right, next up, let's talk about the builders themselves, the people actually trying to create things in this space. When you look at the builder and data layer, you find another huge problem. These developers are basically operating in the dark. They're missing tools that Web2 developers have had for decades. This slide, it's hilarious, but it's also painfully true. In Web2, you've got this rich toolkit, logs, monitors, alerts, one-click rollbacks, and Web3, the operations plan after you deploy a smart contract is often just, well, let's hope it doesn't break. What's desperately needed is a real DevOps culture for Web3. Security can't just be a one-time audit you do before you launch. It has to be a live, ongoing process with real-time monitoring and alerts that can catch an exploit before it drains millions of dollars from your protocol. And then you have the data dilemma. Right now, on-chain data is radically transparent. That sounds good, but it also means it's fully traceable and super exploitable. The vision for the future has to be different. It has to be a world where users control their data, share it only with consent, and actually get to share in the value that's created from it.
So when you put it all together, the bad user experience, the lack of trust, the broken economics, the missing tools, what does the next generation of crypto need to look like? It needs to be a generation that finally starts building for human reality.
So if you're a builder, or an investor, or just someone who's excited about this space, where should the focus be? It really boils down to 3 key areas where the biggest opportunities are hiding in plain sight.
Here they are. Number 1, build the invisible infrastructure that makes crypto disappear for the user. Number 2, figure out how to build trust and reputation into the system without forcing people to give up their privacy. And number 3, build the operating systems that let founders manage their token economies like a real business.
In the end, it all comes down to this one simple truth. The future of crypto isn't about writing more complex code. It's about building systems that are as smart about people as they are about math.
And I just want to leave you with this final thought, because it says everything. The true sign that crypto has succeeded will be when we stop talking about it. The winning apps of the future, they won't feel like crypto apps. They'll just feel like things that work.